Okay, hello everyone. So I'll be taking you through the CMP assignment on Microsoft Excel. Okay, so first thing is that Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet program. Okay, take note of that. It is a spreadsheet program. It is used to perform various tasks, including data management, including analysis and visualization. So based on the assignments, this is the practical aspect of it. So I'm going to search for Microsoft Office Excel. So meanwhile, your assignment is given that you are going to list some items, any items of your choice. You can list ball, anything you want. Let me write this. So you list the items one. The next thing you do is you let me check the question. Alright, so when you list the item, the next thing you do is the unit cost, the cost of the item. The third thing is the unit cost, and the last thing is total. Now this is what it means. So description of the item can simply mean what are the items. Number one, I can say number one is a ball, right? So that's the description of the item. Number two, the second column says the unit cost of the item. So the unit cost of the item means how much is one ball, okay, per unit is the unit cost. So unit cost, let's say it is 200 naira or dollar, any amount you wish to put. So that's the cost for the unit cost. The third column is how many quantity of ball do you have. Let's say I have 5 quantity of balls. So the last column shows us, or is supposed to tell us, is the total cost of the ball. So if a ball is sold at 200 naira and you have five quantities on ground, then how much will be the total ball? So it will be 200 times 5, right, which is 8,000. So that's what we'll be doing in the Microsoft Excel. So this is the page for the Microsoft Excel. Okay, so in this page, let me show you something. In this Microsoft Excel page, you can see A, B, C, D. You can see 1. So this column at this point, you can see it here, is showing this column means A1. Alright, this will mean what? A2. So this will be B1, this will be what? B2, B3, this will be C1, C2, C3. So if you have done your mathematics well, you should know that row, there's a difference between row and column. This is a single row, and you can have 3 columns inside a single row. Okay, so row is like the horizontal and column is like the, hope you understand. Alright, so this from top down is the column and the horizontal part is the row. Hope you get that. So the vertical part is the row, while the horizontal part is the column. Okay, this is the row here and this is the column here. So the first column, you have to input item descriptions. I'm just going to click on it and I'm going to, in the A1, alright, item, item description. Okay, so this is for A1. So let me open this a bit. Alright, So let me wind in the A1. So item description for A1. For B1, you are listing the columns you are asked to list now. You have the unit cost. So you know the meaning of unit cost, though I will explain again. So the third column, you have the quantity, and the fourth column, you have the total costs. Alright, so this is how you compute the information based on your given question. So the item description now, let's list the items we have. Let's say we have lists of food. So we have rice, then beans, then where are we? Then spaghetti, excuse, yam. You can list any amount. I'm going to stop at 7. Yam, eba, and gari. Okay, so let's say the cost of rice is 2,500. okay, the cost of beans, that is per, let's say per Congo or Mudu, anything, the cost of beans is 2,000. The cost of spag is 1,000. The cost of yam is 1,500. The cost of eba is 500. The cost of gari is 200. okay, so it means that one mudu of rice is 25 beans is, hope you understand. So let's say the total quantity of mudu of rice that you want to buy, let's say you want to buy 5. That's for rice. For beans you want to buy 1. For spag you want to buy 3. For yam you want to buy like 10. For eba you want to buy like 3 or so, and for gari you need to buy 20 if needed. Now the total cost, if one costs 2,500 and the quantity is 5, so it will be 2,500 times 5, right? So this is where Microsoft Excel come in, because this equation you must know them. Alright, so to get the total cost of this times this, the first thing you need to do in this total cost, you start with equals to. So immediately you write equals to, it will show that you want to write an equation. Alright, so equals to, then the next thing you do, immediately write equals to. What do you want to multiply with what? You want to multiply this, right? 2, 5 and 5. Where is 2, 5 located? B2, right? This is B1, this is B2. okay, so you want to multiply B2, you can write it by yourself. You can write B2 times, you use this asterisk, times, then C2. Am I right? Yeah, let me write it by myself, times C2. okay, now if you do this like this, if you do it this way, all you need to do is to come here. You know that you are applying the same formula to everything that are listed here. So B2 times C2, B2 times C2. So you just come here and you drag everything downwards. okay, so it will sum up the total for each. So 2 times 5 is 12,500. 2,000 times 1 is 2,000. 1,000 times 3 is 3,000. 1,500 times 10 is 15,000. 500 times 3 is 1,500. Then 200 times 20 is 4,000. So that's that. The main thing you should note is the equation that you are doing. You know the location of this and the location of this, and then you just multiply it. So remember, when you are multiplying, you start with equals to. When you are writing an equation, you start with equals to, then you locate it. This is B2, then you can add them plus, let's say B2 plus B7. This is 7, right? B2 plus B7, you can see it's 2,700. That is 2,500 plus. So you can do any equation, but ensure that you start from equals to, then you do what you want to do. So this is not the total, this is not all you have to do. So the next thing you have to do is, based on your question, is that calculate the total cost. Okay, so this is how will I put it? Okay, sum up the total cost. So if, let's say you go to the market, you bought this for all of this, now you have to sum up the total cost. So how much did you spend in total? So let's use that here. So how do you do that? I will say equals to, right? So there are ways to do this. Number one way you can do this, you can write sum open brackets. Okay, you can see the equation here, sum open brackets number 1 comma number 2, then comma number 3, things like that. So what do you want to sum up? So I want to sum from D2. I want to sum everything from D2, which is from D2, okay, to, now I'm using full column, D2 full column to what? D7, and I close the bracket. Look at how I started. I wanted to get the total cost, the sum of the total cost, right? Instead of adding it myself, I'm going to write equals to sum of open bracket. This is located at D2. We are starting from here down to D7, which is this part, alright, and you close the bracket, then you click enter. So this will show you your total cost, which is 38,000. Alright, so this is basically your assignment. Another way you can do this to make your work neater, okay, it might be complex, but just to show total, or you can just write total equals to something like that, then you show this. But a nicer way to do that is, let's delete this. Hope you understand this part. Just write equals to sum open bracket, then the location of the first part to the location of the last part. Okay, remember we are working under the D column now. You can write equals to, then you put a quotation mark and write total. Anything that you put inside the quotation mark will be counted as a string. That is, it will be like just a letter. Alright, so you can say total equals to, then outside the quotation mark you can put and, where is the, yeah, this $, and then you can write your equation, which is sum open brackets. We are doing from D2, right, to what? D7. You can see that it's highlighted it by itself. Then you close this. Then we are going to see total equals to 38. So let me widen the column. Total equals to 38,000. So it depends on how you want to do it. So you can just come and you just say equals to sum. Don't forget the equation. The equation is the key. Then you do locate the D2 full column, then D7, then you click enter. You see the total here. Alright, so that's all about the assignment. And the last thing you do when you have done this is for you to just screenshot. How do they screenshot again? It's for you to screenshot this work here. Okay, this is my screenshot. It's for you to screenshot this that you did here. Right, do it in a rectangular form. Screenshot this that you did here and print. You are going to, after you screenshot it, you are going to send it to for it to be printed in a plain paper. Then you attach it to your book. So that's all about the assignments. Thank you.